where we are going to proceed looking at the requirements for a website and an application, looking at what is it that is needed from a user perspective, from a business perspective, and so forth. But before we continue, let's just have a quick recap. What is it that we discussed in lesson 103?
We discussed the discovery and analysis phase of the digital customer experience, of creating the digital customer experience. That this is where you ask yourself many questions. It's used to drive design and content, and this is done with incorporating the needs of the business and audience. We also discussed user-centered design, that it uses a range of techniques to ensure site meets the customer persona. We went through business requirements. We went through the things design will be led by, for example, customer acquisition, customer conversion, retention, etc. And now we are on lesson 104.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. I hope it sings just like that forever, eh?
Amen.
You know, I always wish I could do that. You know that I'm breaking. I've been studying for 10 years, and most of the stuff I can't remember. I started studying in 2011 when I did my first undergrad, and I can guarantee you it's the same thing that I normally tell students. This stuff that I engage, I discuss with you guys, do you know that I never learned them at university?
Oh, really?
I never had a course called digital marketing. Remember, digital marketing is an emerging field because of the digital technologies that are happening out there. For example, TikTok is just emerging. Instagram, I think, started when I was in my second year, if I remember very well.
Okay.
So most of these things, as I discuss with you, I'm also learning on the go. That's why I had to take this job so that it helps me with my PhD studies. Instead of me looking for textbooks, reading, getting bored, why can't I just have a Thursday night and discuss with the rest here so that I can get something out of it?
Exactly. Nice.
So that was my strategy. So one or the other, you guys might think, oh, I'm learning from you. I'm learning when we engage. And I'm also being paid for learning from you.
Yes. So for me, I'm the customer, and engaging with you is the customer experience, right?
Yes, that's correct. So you'd realize that when looking at these requirements, one of the things that I'm picking up is that it's not all about the brand, it's about the customer, because it is customer experience. And I also apply these in my social relationships, you know. The moment I see that it's not about me, it's about the people that I engage with, you know, it means that the experience with the people that I'm engaging with is going to be fluent. But if it's about me, my color, my font, my this, my that, not considering the key audience, then nothing can be delivered. So business-wise, that's also what we need to look at, because as businesses, we only need one thing there: money. And if we need money, we need to have a good relationship with those who are bringing in money. They have to navigate the site without any problems. They have to understand the content. It has to speak to their persona. You know, how are they going to give us money if there's no fluence or coherence between us and them? So this is why it has to be based on customers, and we call it customer experience. So now we are going to look at usability requirements, usage. And I think I asked a student this question. With all the mobile applications that you have, I think last week I asked you guys, how many apps do you have? And you counted them. Did we do this exercise?
Yes, we did.
Yes, we did. Okay. So with all the apps that you have, do you find it easy to use those apps?
Yes, I do.
Okay. All right, which is very essential because if you do not find it easy, I know that would be you would quickly tap on uninstall.
Definitely.
Okay, so we need to have a look at usability now. So this is an approach to website design intended to enable the completion of user tasks. So remember at the discovery phase, we spoke about what is it that the website or the application need to do. Is it going to be information based? Is it going to be an e-commerce site going to sell something? What tasks do you want your key audience to perform on the site? Do you want them to download content? Do you want them to take screenshot? Do you want them to reach out to you by sending emails? Do you want to leave uh, your email address there or your phone number? Or you want to leave an auto-filled form where they can put their details and click on send button? What kind of tasks do you want users to complete there? Do you want them to watch videos? Do you want them to stream content? Do you want them to make a payment? So all those things you need to ask yourself and see whether they're in line with your business goals and whether the site can actually enable them to complete those tasks. So here we also use growth hacking. How are you going to know whether those tasks or the functions can be completed or not? You need a growth hacker. So growth hackers can come in form of expert reviews. So this is done at the beginning of the project to identify problems with previous design if it's an existing website, or current design if it's a project that you're working on. Because sometimes you can develop a website, you can develop an application only to realize that it is not enabling users to complete certain tasks. All of a sudden, people are trying to buy and your platform is not allowing them to put their banking details. So all of a sudden it's not doing its work, or people want to watch something and it cannot play on your site. I've been to many sites whereby there's a play button but it cannot play. Or they want to download something, or they want to take screenshots. So you need expert reviews to test your site and see whether the functions are working or not. So usability testing involves identifying representative and typical tasks of users of a website. So you need to know if a visitor lands on your website, what is it that they are likely going to do? If they are going to search for information, for example, can they be able to actually search that information? Or they'll continue click on search and it's not loading and nothing can be found on that search function. So you need to know whether it's working or not. Asking them to perform specific tasks like finding a product, I've mentioned that, like even making a payment, or it's Black Friday, you have put discounts there. Are those discounts actually calculating at checkout? Or they are only showing the product, then when you are at the checkout, it's still showing the normal price. You also need to observe what customers do and how they succeed, And this gets complicated, especially when it's older customers. Think about those who do not have grandchildren, those who do not have daughters and sons. At least my mom will be a call away and sometimes we'll be together. She can ask some help from me. But what about those who do not have those who can help them? It means you've lost a customer as a brand because there's no one to help them. So these are the things that our brands must consider in testing. And you have to have these two things in mind. To be a successful user, tasks need to be completed. effectively and efficiently. People are always on the go, so there has to be convenience on the site. There has to be convenience on the app. I've seen people when they are ordering food online, be it using Mr. D, be it using Uber Eats, you are hungry. You want something that is going to order fast, not this thing that is going to take long. You're looking for a restaurant in the nearby. It's loading as if it's searching for a restaurant in Cape Town. And you're still having this push inside your stomach that I need food, I need food, I need food. You end up log out of that application and you look at the one that could make the delivery and everything, the navigation easier, in order to make sure that you quench the hunger that you're having in your stomach. I don't know if you've come across that.
Yes, I have.
So it's the same thing that we witness physically, that frustration when the queue is not moving and you feel like you can jump this queue, or you feel like you have to act disabled in order for people to let you through and stuff like that. People end up being immoral about stuff because they want tasks to be done. So think of that even when it comes to digital platforms. It has to be efficient and it has to be effective. So that's it about lesson 104. As I told you that these lessons are super fast, but please, if I'm very, very, very fast, you need to slow me down, or else you are going to crash.
Okay.
All right. Does it make sense, Razia? Is it speaking to your mind? I know IT stuff sometimes can be quite dense, so I'd like you to understand these things in a layman's term.
Yes, it is making sense.
Okay. If it makes sense, I am very, very happy. It means that I'm doing my job well, not that I'm